So we gotta do it horizontal. We gotta lay this thing down, and hopefully it will generate an ender wall. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, back on Life in My Woods, and we're up here at the island we found in, I don't know, episode 2, 1 maybe? I don't know, sometime ago. What, this is only like, what, episode 3? I don't know, something. It wasn't last episode, so it's probably the first one. Anyway, doesn't really matter that much because we're here. You guys probably know, if you've seen the other videos, that we've been here before, and we're taking a look. And I also want to say that this place, it's really cool, but it's also incredibly dangerous. If you take a gander, and I know I'm just kind of standing in one spot and not doing much, but I want you to see the whole scope of everything that I'm talking about. You see how big the island is. You see how high up off the ground it is. That means all the way down there is too far away for mobs to spawn. So when it turns nighttime, this is a very dangerous place. I actually died like 3 times. 2 times? 3 times. Up here, trying to get my stuff back after dying a first time. So it's really, really difficult because when you die up here, you go back home, you sleep because it just so happens to be nighttime and you're dead. Then by the time you get back, it's almost nighttime again. So you have to come back, find your body, break the thing, and climb the staircase, stack jump. That's what, you know, that's what the kids are calling it these days. All the way up here just to be safe at night. So now we're going to go... I don't want to stand still, but I want you guys to know what I'm talking about when I start describing some things. I was in the comments talking to some people. I was talking to them, you know, in my Discord about some stuff. And I like this place. I'm not a big fan of the stone because it's kind of ugly. I do like the nature. I'm not a big fan of the green color, but it's okay. And what I want to do is actually use this place for a base. The idea that came to mind when I was up here, like in the last episode when I was telling you, you got to have ideas, right? It's a big project. And talking to people in Discord, they gave me ideas about what to do, like a suspended city or a suspended town or a suspended something. Basically, instead of building on top, we're going to build underneath it. And it's going to be a suspension type deal. So it'll be hanging from this island. And the top will be something else. And because of that, the top, what I want to do, I don't know, like, as far as what purpose it will have. But the design implement that I want to do is I want to trace the outside of the island with something. Probably something along the lines of marble, something lighter, a light colored block. And we're going to go all the way around it with the natural shape of the island. And we're going to do that all the way around for this whole big island thing. Okay, and then the whole top layer is going to be glass, which means the middle can't be stone. It's got to either be hollow or all, you know, straight down to the ground or something. Ooh, that's an idea. That'll be really cool. I just had an idea that is really hard to explain. You'll have to check back later to know what it is. It's really cool, though. And those are the people in the Discord, if you want to know, ask me about it, and I'll let you know. But anyway, so we're going to move on now, and the first thing that I need to do is actually clear out all of the trees, all of the plant life, mainly the plant life because there's a lot of poison ivy around here that poisons you, and it's really, really bad, and that actually killed me almost completely one time. It brought me all the way down to half a heart, so one shot from a skeleton killed me. It was really, really bad, so I really want to get rid of all plant life on the top of this, except for the top layer of grass. In that lake. We're going to leave that for now. I don't want to get rid of the lake. Even once I artificially create this place and turn it into glass and marble, I still want to keep that somehow. And I don't know how that's going to work, but I want to do it. Because I always like water, and water is good. But anyway, so I know I've been standing in the same place, but hopefully it doesn't bug you guys too much. I just wanted to explain a little bit about what I'm doing. And the first order of business is to light up and clear the top of this island off, okay? There's a lot of stuff I want to do in this episode, but that's step 1. Just on a mini little itty-bitty side note, this actually looks really, really cool under this dark and gloomy lighting kind of thing. It's like we have lit candles. It's almost like candlelight, and you know, in the moonlight kind of a deal. It's really, really kind of majestic and cool. Too bad torches look terrible. Oh, so much work has just been done. You wouldn't believe Well, maybe you will, because you can see it. Check it out. Look. All the trees, all the poison ivy, as well as all of the other bushes, is gone throughout the entire span of this island. Like, even if I go down all the way, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Hold on. I used like 20 stacks of torches to light up the entire island. This is ridiculous. I still have a little bit more to do because they can spawn on top of like these mushrooms and stuff. I lit up those two. There's a mushroom way over there that's not lit up. This is ridiculous. And of course it's raining. It's about to be daylight though. Oh crap, I need to sleep really fast in order to get rid of the rain. I mean, it's cool that it's actually, I can actually see the rain. Sometimes you can't see it. But, I don't know, maybe that's a different game. Anyway, oh good, I can sleep, which means I can get rid of the rain. It was really close to day. By design, actually, I wanted to get rid of, started on something, but I wanted to show you what it looked like at night, because I think it looks really cool. But because it started raining, I really had to go sleep really quick. And, yeah, I don't know, it was really cool. Also, earlier in the episode, I said something that I don't like the color of the green, or something like that. I like green, I like the vegetation. I think I've said this before. I just like the more vibrant greens. And the green of up here is not the greatest, which is why we're going to replace it all and make it all, you know, it's going to have a natural shape, but it's not going to be made from all natural materials like grass and trees and stuff. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is actually get started. I wanted to prep our next task. Now, what we need for the next task, the next thing that I want are a bunch of Eyes of Ender. Of course, we need blaze powder for this. This is, I wouldn't say it's step one, but it's one of the easier steps that we need to do. We need to get a lot of blaze rats. But in the Nether, there is actually a fortress very close. If you remember, when we were in the Nether, I told you that it looked like there was a nether fortress down in like the bottom area of the map. That is actually indeed a nether fortress. And we just have to go over there and get our blaze rods and we'll be good to go. The other part of that is not going to be as easy. Now I do have like 6 of them, I think. But considering we need, what is it, 12? Yeah, we have 6. Considering we need 12 for an end frame in order to get to the end and kill the dragon for a lot of purposes, we're going to kill the dragon for 1 shulker boxes, 2 elytras, 3 ender pearls, like lots and lots of ender pearls, 4, you know, the experience farm, all of the crazy awesome things that we can get from the end. We have to get there and kill the dragon and do all those things first. So, we need ender pearls. But I only have 6. And that's after all of the nights. I've been hunting the past few nights trying to get ender pearls, and it's very difficult. So we're going to do it the vegan way. Well, we're going to try to do it the vegan way. I can't guarantee it's actually going to work. The vegan way is basically combining a raw ender bucket with a frozen bubble. The frozen bubble is soap solution surrounded with ice, or 1 packed ice and soap solution, which I haven't found anywhere with packed ice. I guess we have new biomes and everything in here, so the packed ice is not necessarily going to be in an ice spiked biome for us, but I haven't found any biomes anywhere around that actually have that, so we're going to have to use regular ice, but in the end of the day, it's not that difficult to get ice. You just have to go to a somewhat colder biome, go high enough in the air, and make yourself an ice tray, and you can get all the ice you need. We do need Silk Touch for it, but that's a different story. That'll also take a little while. Now, the soap solution is a water bucket, soap, sugar, glass bottle. These 3 not difficult to get. Soap, cooking oil, and rosin. Rosin is cooking resin. Resin you get from spruce wood, which you can place and break over and over again, at least in the last version of Life in the Woods you could, in order to get bunches and bunches of resin. So that's not difficult as soon as we find a spruce tree. Cooking oil you can get through various methods. A glass bottle in like some kind of peanuts or nuts. Walnuts, I think we actually have. We may not have any walnuts anymore. I'm not sure. But I think back actually right in the front of our house, our old house, there's actually some walnut stuffs, a walnut tree or something. So we can get walnuts from there and smash them with a juicer or a weighted pressure plate apparently. which is kind of cool. And, you know, we can get our vegetable oil. We can do that. It's a thing we can do. We can also just do a juicer, which it works out pretty easily. So we can do that kind of a thing with this stuff. We can get our soap solution. We can get the ice. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, but we can do it. The problem is not here, actually. We're going to go back. We'll go to this. Over here, this one. No, this one. Here we go. We need to get raw ender, okay? Now, if you're doing this on your own, don't click here. Do not click on this button after you're in the soap solution thing. It crashes your game. So we have to go through a roundabout way of getting to what we want to know. And that's raw ender in here. You can basically get raw ender by sending water through an ender rift, which is one of these guys, which we're going to talk about here in a second, at night. And it has a chance to be converted into raw ender. Now, there's a couple things. Let's go into how to make this, and then we'll talk about the couple of things I want to talk about. Encrusted obsidian. Okay, how do we make that? 4 encrusted obsidian blocks in a diamond shape with a gap in the center. Basically, if we need a diamond shape with a gap in the center, we need 4 of them. I think it actually says 4 in the recipe, but you get the gist. 2 obsidians, we need 2 times this recipe. That we can do without much trouble. Actually, I think those are my blocks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 2 diamonds and 2 emeralds. Yeah, we're actually, our other place where we are mining at our old base is actually, boom and boom. That's actually in, I guess, Extreme Hills Remake, or they just changed where things spawn, which we have already established that they changed where ore spawns. But basically, we get emeralds like all over the place. It's ridiculous. You saw that I had over 4 stacks or 3 stacks or something. It's crazy. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about this is apparently as soon as we put this into a diamond shape, it's supposed to make an ender rift. But do we do that vertically? Do we stand it up? Like, I need some other blocks. Hold on. I don't even know if I could break these blocks and actually get them back. But we have plenty of obsidian. Maybe not plenty, but we have enough obsidian. And we have plenty of diamonds and emeralds. We're going to be okay. Even if we do have to remake them, it's not that difficult to do. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to experiment a little bit. But do we stand it up like so? I guess I don't want to put that right there, huh? Let's put this on top. Ugh. Does this form it? It does not. Okay, so that is basically what they're talking about. It's got to be in that kind of a shape. But it looks like it has to lay down, which actually makes a lot of sense because water flows downwards first. And if we had it standing up like this, we would have to guide the water sideways, which is entirely possible, and it could be a thing, but it's not intuitive. It's not logical, so it makes more sense. Oh, wow, it takes a long time to break this stuff. Do I get it back? I do. Perfect. Okay, it takes a while to break it, but we're okay. We're okay. But I guess that's about as long as obsidian. It takes a little while. That's fine. So we got to do it horizontal. We got to lay this thing down, and hopefully it will generate an ender rift. And once it does, we can look at taking some of our water, and this is another reason I'm so glad I did not get rid of this, because now we have a water source that we can pull buckets from endlessly. But what I want to do is actually, I want this to come off the ground a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and make it like 3 tall, just so we can see what's going on. We can stand on whatever we got to stand on in order to make this work. But we're going to do this here and just kind of circle this around. This is supposed to be, I guess, what's supposed to happen. Yeah, there's our ender rift too. Bam, right in the middle of it. Perfect. Excellent. So, now it does say that you do not want to run water through this during the day. If you run water through this during the day, it will destroy one of the blocks. Now, like I already said, it's okay. You know, if something like that happens, it's not the biggest deal for us because we have enough to make more. But right here, water flowing through an ender rift at night has a chance to be converted into raw ender. However, if this is done during the day, a random block around the ender rift will be consumed by it and lost forever. So basically, if you try to do it during the day, one of these blocks is gone. has to be done at night. And that's just so you can't like automate the well, I guess you can still automate it because we have daylight sensors. It would just makes it a lot more complicated to automate. So that's kind of a thing. Now what I want to do is actually, I'm going to go ahead and go even higher. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make ourselves a little setup here, okay? I know it's dirty, it looks grungy, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but this way we kind of contain the water, and it's not going to be that big of a deal if I don't know, it's just not going to go everywhere, you know? It's not going to spread out, it's not going to be crazy, it's not going to go everywhere, basically. Can you open the chest? What is up with this thing? Why you? Oh, something's happening. Something's happening, guys. I can't open chests. Something's wrong. I think things are broken. Things are broken. Dun dun dun. Okay, so the game crashed. I don't know why. It said an unexpected error, and I did not try to look at the crash log for those of you who know things about computers and logs and such. But I just tried to log back in. We're going to see what happens. I did the whole load a different game, then load this game kind of a deal. Technically, you have to create a new world every single time you want to get into this one. You create a new world, and then you can delete it, and then you can load this one. It's a weird little roundabout way of getting into the game. But anyway, so what I want to do is try to do this. I don't know how to work this thing. It's flowing through it. I don't know what's going on right now. How do I know what's happening? It's doing smoke particles. Does it always do the smoke particles? It does. What happens if I jump through it? Okay, nothing. That was potentially dangerous. That could have killed... Oh, it gave me nausea. Oh, that's cool, actually. How do I... Oh. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. No! All of my torches are going bye-bye. Dang it. At least I know I got all the plants in this little tiny itty-bitty vicinity. Now I need to lay all my torches back down. I'm going to lay the bucket down, and I'm going to let it sit there for a little while. We're going to see if it does anything while I lay these torches back down. Because I need to make... torches? I need to make sure this area stays lit up. I do tend to use more torches than I absolutely need to in order to accomplish what it is I'm trying to accomplish. You know, lighting up areas and such. But that's because I'm terrified that mobs are actually going to spawn, and it's probably why I never make mistakes, because my torches are always so close together that I don't ever have to worry about things. But, yeah, anyway, moving on. So, how do I know what happened and if it switched? Because it says comatite something something. So, what if I do that? Oh! Oh, that's interesting. It's not spilling out. Oh! Oh! Hello! Oh! That's weird. How do I get it? How do I make it work? How do I catch it? How do I... What? So you have to, what? Put it in, and then you have to catch it on its way out? Is that how you have to do it? That's a pretty cool way to doing things. As soon as it goes through, you can let it sit there for a while, and eventually it will convert. It just takes time. You have to wait. And I guess you have to catch it before it dissipates on the ground? This is my guess. I'm trying to talk for long enough to allow this thing to slide through the Ender Rift. I know as soon as I walk up there to pick up the bucket and place it back down, bad things are going to happen. Okay. Let's do it directly on top. Okay, now we're going to go down. Go. 3, 2, 1, go. And now. I don't get it. It almost went last time. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm going to see if I'm right, and I'll bring it back as soon as I figure things out. I was indeed correct. Okay, let's go get our other thing. Let's see how many of these we can do in one night, because if not, we got to wait a while. It almost looks like the night's going down again already. That's so quick. So you just have to catch it before it hits the ground. I don't know if there's a way to automate this process or not. it's kind of weird. I want to, how about, ooh, I have a better idea on how to do this, actually. Not necessarily how to do this, but how to pick up the bucket and place it back down. I don't know if I need to. I think I can probably just let it sit there for a while, but I'm worried that I can't. So, to that effect, we're going to do, something like this, and then we're going to break these guys, because I don't need them. And now it's unfortunate that I need to collect every single block, because I'm wasting valuable time right now. And then I should be able to go like so, and go bloop. And when I think I need to pick it up, I can actually just right-click on this block and pick it up. Or else maybe it'll slide through, and I can show you on camera, maybe, possibly, hopefully. I wonder if I can just do this enough, and it'll, like so. I think I can do that, actually. That's not too bad. I think sometimes it goes through right away. So if it doesn't go through right away, you can pick it up and place it back down. And it should hopefully speed things up. In theory. This is the theory that I'm running with. I think you can still let it sit there, and eventually it will go through. But if you want it to go through quick, I think this is probably a better way to get it faster, maybe? You're proving me wrong, Mod. Go figure. I'm going to get as many of these as I can, and then I'll see you back in a bit. Come on, one more time. One more time. No? Okay. Well, I have been a bit busy. Did you guys see this tree? I don't know if you saw my new walnut tree. I went all the way back to the other base. The old one. Not so old. The abandoned. Should we call it abandoned? Oh, my inventory's full. Okay. So those, I need to put some stuff away real quick. But basically, if we take a look at this right here. Okay, so we need the ice. Okay, that's our next step. That's the next thing we need to get. But these soap solutions, water bucket, glass bottle, sugar, soap, and the soap is the vegetable oil, rosin, wood ash lye bucket. Mind you, this is not a normal bucket, and I just realized that a little bit ago. Water bucket with charcoal. Now I already have a few wood ash lye buckets. But if we go in here, even though there's a few steps to do, is since we have all of the materials in our inventory down here, we can click, 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 until it's done and over with. There it is. I think that's the last one we can do right now. And we're probably out of, I don't know, something. What are we out of? To be quite honest, I'm not entirely sure. 6. Okay, so we have 6. What am I out of? The soap, probably. I have more vegetable oil. I even have a wood ash lye bucket, which I did not think I had. Bottles. What are we missing? You guys. Water bucket, perhaps? Yeah, water bucket. Look, I can go make a few more. I have water. I has a water lake thing up here that I did not get rid of when I was getting rid of trees because I'm a smart person. Oh, too many. Okay. Oops. Crapo. Wait. Hold on. This is not good. I need to make a few more, as many as I can, so I can go pick up those buckets that I just dropped on the ground in there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, is that it? I don't know. I think that might be it. Maybe, possibly. Do I have enough room for all the buckets that I just dropped on the ground? I hope I do. I'm also running out of food. Another very bad situation that I don't want to be in. So slow. Why do you have to move so slow when you're eating? I don't understand that. Can't you walk and eat at the same time? I know I can. I can walk and eat just fine. Why do you have to, like, crawl? Like, you're moving so slowly when you're eating. Why? How does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me. Just saying, you know? Anyway, so now we should be, I would say we're good to go, but we're not. We need a bunch of ice. But if you can tell, we now have a bunch of soap solutions in here. And with the soap solution, all we need is ice, okay, to turn them into frozen bubbles. After we get the frozen bubbles, all we need to do is combine them with the raw ender buckets that we just made in order to get our ender pearls. And then after that, we have to go searching for blaze rods. So I'm going to go ahead and basically stash this stuff somewhere. Not quite sure where. I know the buckets are going in here. We'll put the bottles in there too. We'll put all these things in here because they're about to be used at some point. 2, 3, 4, that's 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next night, where did all my raw ender buckets go? I had more than that. I put them somewhere. I had to have put them somewhere. Where did I put them? Seriously, I had a bunch more than that. That's weird. Oh, wait. No. What happened? Why are my raw ender buckets gone? I'm thinking one of the recipes actually used raw ender buckets rather than water buckets. That might have been what happened. I don't remember. I know I had a bunch more than this. Somebody scroll back in the footage and tell me if that's what happened. I'm thinking one of the auto recipes turned the ender buckets and used them as water buckets, which is really weird. But it's okay. It's becoming night now. I can go and do what I got to do here and actually get a few more. I didn't want to have to do this, but I can do it, and it's not the biggest deal in the world, even though it's a pain in the butt. But I can do it. We're fine. Everything's fine. Also, on a side note, just real quick, it's actually better to leave this stuff sitting here until it finally turns into raw ender, rather than actually picking it up and placing it down all the time like I was doing. Okay, so with all of this, the only thing we need in order to get our ender pearl, Eyes of Ender, are ice and blaze rods. And you might be thinking, but Xogue, you need Silk Touch to get ice, buddy. Isn't that going to be a bit of a difficulty? Sure, we're going to say it that way. That works. No, it's really not, because we have something called the Book Enchanter. This was a replacement for Easy Enchanting, and Easy Enchanting is actually a lot better and easier than this is. So if you think this is a little too far, it's not. Not according to, Life in the Woods concepts. This is actually more difficult than the enchanting style of Life in the Woods Renaissance. But what this is, basically, first of all, Book Enchanter is basically the exact same recipe as the regular enchanting table, just with the actual enchanting table. So it's like double the recipe minus one obsidian. So it's kind of interesting. It's fairly cheap. It's not all that difficult. But if we take a look at the recipes and go over to here, you'll see that Silk Touch is with a book, 8 lapis, and a diamond. And of course, the required 10 levels of experience, which actually is not that big of a deal. So we put the diamonds and everything in here. As you can see, required experience 10, Silk Touch. Now hopefully this doesn't crash anything. Oh, okay, good. And we can technically get another one, but you see it took 10 levels, so we're good to go. But the only... Whoops, don't want to do that. The big thing about this is that we do not want to... well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I need basically a lot of iron in order to get an anvil, in order to put this on our pickaxe. Which actually I think I'm going to try to get mending as well, so that way I don't have to worry about losing this guy afterwards. Mending I think is one of the last ones, if not the last. Oh, endstone, I have to get to the end first. So I think I'm actually going to make a new pickaxe, which I should be able to do pretty easily, and I want to put Silk Touch on this guy, rather than put him on this one, since this one's almost dead. And then once this one is finished completely, by that time we should be in the end, so I can get mending and I won't have to worry about breaking this guy. In theory, that's how it will work. But worst case scenario, I just have to spend 1 more diamond and 10 more levels and 8 more lapis and 1 more book to get another Silk Touch. So it's not that expensive. It's not that big of a deal. But I do, however, need to make sure we can get an anvil, so I can put all this on here and we can be good to go, basically. So I can get the ice. Well, this is unfortunate. Take a look. You see the snow? Usually that's a sign that, hey, this is a cold biome. You can make ice here. And I was like, you know what? I'm very, very fortunate that my island actually connects to something like this. Well, I say connects, but I made it connect. But you know what I mean. Shut up, sheep. So I came over here and I tried, and there's no ice forming in this place. Absolutely none. Now you see down in my hotbar, I do have some ice, and that's because I went to a taiga way over here in order to pillar up really high and then make my ashtray. That's how I got my ice. Taigas are good. Taigas are known for being cold. It's kind of what they are. But anyway, yeah, I wanted you to know exactly what this little thing was supposed to be and why I'm not going to use it anymore. I don't even know if this bridge here is ever going to make it into a real bridge, which was the intentional plan if that worked. But now it might be a while before I tear it down because I'm still trying to think of a reason for that island. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. So this thing's going to hang out and we're just going to leave it alone for a while. But I do have the ice that I need, so now there's only one thing left to do. And that is to get some blaze rods. Now we're here in the nether just because I wanted to show you a little bit of what I set up, including these stairs. And that was just a quick way to get down to get some lava if I ever needed some, say for fuel in furnaces, because buckets of lava smelt 100 items versus one piece of coal that does 8. So yeah, lava's pretty good. And then I have the other path that goes all the way here. I bore through. This stuff is ridiculous to break because you have to break it. I would say you have to break it by hand, but it's like you can break it with any tool. It just takes forever. It's as if you're breaking it by hand every time. So it's really crazy to break through all of this. But I made my little path here all the way back to our original portal, which isn't necessarily something we needed just because this old place isn't really somewhere we're going to be a lot. But if you haven't realized, we're on an island up in the other, in our actual base. So we need somewhere to mine. So we can actually come back to here to continue mining in our original mine. That's a thing. But what I wanted to do is see if I can find this fortress that I think is over here somewhere. And eventually we are going to... I need food. Good food. Oh, I have no more good food? I mean, this is good food, but it's not like good food. Wow, I can't believe I ran out of like all the goody goods. Goody good foods. I'm gonna have to eat some potatoes. Sheesh. So there should be a fortress down over here-ish. I need to find it. Okay, so I can go down here. Ugh! Ow, my legs. I need to stop doing that since I don't have like unlimited food anymore. I also need to find a good way to make some food. Not necessarily like I don't know, like automatic. It doesn't have to be automatic, but I need to start growing my own crops and I need to know exactly how to... There's the fortress I was looking for. Make whatever good food, and that way I can reproduce it myself and I don't have to rely on exploration. But exploring is a lot of fun. It's just not something that is good for sustaining a food supply. So, I don't know, it's a thing. But we're going to go over into this place. We're going to see if I can find out how to get in here real quick. And I'm thinking I'm going to drop down from above, even if I take a little bit of damage. Or perhaps no damage? Maybe? Whoop! Unless, of course, we fall all the way down, and then we would have taken damage. Well, I mean, we did technically take some damage, huh? Alright, so I know it's like really dark in here, and you can't really see like anything, and I do have torches, good. So, it's going to be difficult to show you, but you know what I'm doing here. I mean, I'm just going through trying to find some blaze so I can kill them, get their rods, and then we'll all be good to go. Hey guys, have I seen you somewhere before? I think you're my friends, right? I mean, you know, lava and everything. Oh, are you trying to shoot at me? Are you not my friends? Have I been, you know, interpreting things, you know, improper? It seems like you're trying to shoot me with fire. It's not very nice of you. Probably should stop doing that. Thanks for the rod, though. Ow. I don't want your rod to fall in the lava. That's not good. Give me a block. Did I get it? I got it! Perfect! Okay, now we should be good to go. Provided this lava goes away so I can actually get the rods that fall. Okay. Ooh, man. I think it's time, guys. I think it is time. So we need to get all of our raw ender. We need to get all of our soap solution. I need to get my drops back out, actually. I also need the ice, which I put in here. So I should be able to craft... Not only that, I should be able to go straight to the Eye of Ender. It keeps glitching. You want to click once or you want to shift click. I don't know if I want all of them that I need. I'm not sure how many of these I want. I guess they are usable. 10 is pretty good, but it's actually not quite enough. We need more than that because we need at least 12 for the frame. And if we get lucky, there might be 1 or 2 in the frame. But it's not necessarily going to be a thing that's there. So we want to get 12 just to be safe. And we need some in order to get to the stronghold in the first place. And on average, 2 of them break. From what I've seen, from the times that I've played. So we're going to want at least 14 minimum. 15 or 16 to be safe total. So that means I need to get like 6 more because I think I'm going to go for that. But I'm going to do that off camera. And I'm also going to find the stronghold, mark it, and we might even start that location, start that the next episode there in that location, in the stronghold. Because we're going to end up taking on the dragon and we're going to do some stuff. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get before the next episode should be recorded, but it's a thing. Also, I did not even realize that there was a town down here. We're also going to check that out in the future as well, because that is not a normal village. That's something completely different, and I really want to know what it is. But I don't have time this episode. So if you liked the video, please do hit that like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you for watching. Do what you do, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, peeps.